Umpires and referees ready.
Welcome everybody to the 6th episode of Phoenix TV. Today we're going to take you through results from round 6 of the Premier League competition, as well as current ladders.
Hang on, Glenn. I saw in the news lately that Julia Gillard has taken off Kevin Rudd's position.
That's
and
correct.
I'd like to challenge you for your head position. So how about a game of scissors, paper, rock?
Well, I don't want to, but I'll go for it. Let's go.
Looks like I won. So,
Rightio, let's go.
now that the hosting job is back to where it belongs, how does it feel, Glenn, to be on the other end?
Not good. I don't like this side of the table. You know, the light doesn't quite reflect on me too well.
Don't like being in someone else's shadow?
No.
Back down to business. Glenn, can you take us through the results of the women's in the last round?
Yeah, just before we do that, I'd like to thank Al Smith, our major sponsor from Rightways, who came out and had a bit of a look at the games on Wednesday night. He was very impressed with the talent of the Phoenix club and also the depth that we had with the number of junior players coming along, and also being backed then by a lot of senior players, giving him that experience. So to Al, thanks a lot for coming along, and I'm sure we'll see you out for many more weeks. In the women's this week we had Rightway Phoenix Blue take on Hillbilly Bears and went down by 1 touchdown, 5-4. And in the second game of the night we had Rightway Phoenix Gold go down 4-2 to Eagles. Now both games were very close, could have gone either way. The blue team did all the hard yards, just couldn't quite get to that final touchdown to level it. But just a couple of inexperienced players and that just led in those touchdowns. And then with the Phoenix Gold side, we're in it for the whole game against a much better Eagles team, who are actually in the top 4 of the competition, but just couldn't quite get themselves to where they needed to be in line attack.
Yep. Taking you through the men's round 6 results. North Bar Turbro were defeated by Rightway Phoenix Blue in a good game of 6-3. And Rightway Phoenix Gold defeated Vikings Warriors in a tough fought game of 7-5. Now the Phoenix Blue side, I thought we played a very bad second half. I thought the talk wasn't out there. Very bad first half, very sloppy. I thought in the second half we picked it up. I thought Ben Hughes had another outstanding game with his organisation in the second half. He really told us at halftime that we needed to step up our game, and we did. Another outstanding efforts was of Timmy Witten and Chung Lee. Again, very quiet players, but again, both good, consistent games. I wasn't quite there for the gold game, but...
Yeah, gold game, we're playing an understrength Vikings Warriors team where they only had 6 players, and we didn't start off too well where it was level at 2-2 at one stage. Then we got out to a 2 touchdown lead by half time, and it sort of went touchdown for touchdown there. Didn't really play to our potential, and especially what we could have against the team that only had 6 players. But still, we're picking up those wins as it comes along. We're not actually going out to kill a team, in other words.
Yes. Can you take us down through the women's ladder and top touchdown scorers, Glenn?
Yes, in the women's ladder we've had Kung Fu Pandas have been knocked off top position by young Vikings White. So Vikings White lead on 18 points, Kung Fu Pandas in second, Vikings Black in third, Eagles round out the top 4 on 14 points, Hillbilly Bears on 10 points, and then in 6th and 7th position the 2 Rightway Phoenix teams.
Taking you now through the round 6 ladder of the men's. It's Rightway Phoenix Gold still on top on 17 points. Closely following is Rightway Phoenix Blue with 16 points. Vikings Warriors with 14. And the top 4 round up Eagles with 11 points. 5th is Vikings Chiefs on 10 points. The Awkward Brother Bears still on 10 points. North Bar Turbro on 9 points. And the Raiders aka Unipub ANU Bears still on 8 points. Taking you through as well the top touchdown scorers in the gold team. D Hawk on 7. Chris Tarlington with 6. Glenn Hayes and Chris Widdock both with 5. And Graham Clancy with 4. Now in the blue, Timmy Witten with 6, Jack Gibson with 4, Chung Lee with 4, and Ben Hughes on top of them all with 8 touchdowns.
And in the women's, we have in the gold team Pip Langford on 4 touchdowns, Lauren Burstnick on 2, May Peck on 2, and Sarah O'Rourke on 1. In the blue team, we've got a 3-way tie on top of the table with Stephanie James, Julianne Craig, and Kath Finn all on 4 touchdowns, and Angela Donaldson on 3 touchdowns.
Now with the men's in round the ladder, we were hoping for you guys obviously to lose last week so we could over threes.
Yep.
But what do you think is in store for the Rightway Phoenix Gold side coming into that final round?
Well, we've got 1 round to go, undefeated all season, so we're looking to keep it that way. We don't want to slack off coming into the finals, and we want to keep that top spot. Will be interesting to see who we play then if we do keep that top spot in the first round of semi-finals.
Yeah, I understand. It is a tough ladder with both Vikings, Brother Bears and Eagles all fighting for that 4th spot.
Yep.
Can you take us through the women's rounds for fixtures number 7, round 7?
Sure thing. Before we though get into it, the final round of the Premier League competition will see the Northern Phoenix Club hold a Call to Arms round. Now, Call to Arms is an organisation built to raise awareness for cancer in the men, and Northern Phoenix are going to get on board with that, with having donation boxes set up around the fields, as well as also wearing yellow armbands for that final round of competition. So in the women's, we have Rightway Phoenix Gold taking on Vikings White at 6:50 p.m. on Deakin 2, and we have Rightway Phoenix Blue playing Kung Fu Pandas at 8:30 on Deakin 1.
And in the men's, we'll see Rightway Phoenix Blue take on the Raiders, aka Unipub ANU Bears, on Deakin 2 at 7:40, and at 7:40 as well, North Bar Turbro to take on Rightway Phoenix Gold on Deakin 5. Remembering that next round is a bye due to State of Origin Game 3.
Yep, that's correct. So for all you players out there that are coming out, make sure you bring along some donations for the Call to Arms round, and hopefully we'll get that tally up there for the Cancer Council.
Yes, that wraps up another good edition of Phoenix TV. I'd like to thank Glenn once again for joining me.
Thanks, Gibbo.
And remember, as you believe, so you become. Phoenix TV. Thank you to our major sponsor, Rightway Curtains and Blinds, and Luxaflex Galleries, as well as our minor sponsor, Belcon and Soccer Club.